everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. It is a beautiful day here in Zone 7, but it is getting up to like 100 plus degrees today. It was beautiful this morning, I will say that, but it is getting to be where I definitely do not want to be out there. So I am more than happy to do some indoor seeds starting today. I'm very excited to do that. Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of you in the chat today. Hi, Esther. I have not started my indoor seed starting yet, but I'm about to do it right now with you all. Just a little introduction of myself. My name is Carrie. My husband Dale and I are the creators of Park Seeds app From Seed to Spoon. We started gardening back, oh gosh, over 10 years ago now. Seems crazy. We started with nothing. We had no idea what we were doing, like didn't know how to do anything. This was our backyard. It was just this traditional Oklahoma backyard. And you can see the very beginnings of our first gardens right there. And then over the course of a couple years, we turned it over to like completely filled with gardens and vegetables, flowers, herbs, fruits. I mean, you name it. We kind of got a little obsessed, but along the way, we were like, oh man, I really wish that there was an app for this to help make this easy. So so Dale and I were just like, let's just do it and create it. So that is the Seed to Spoon app. Hopefully that you all know and love today. If you don't already have it, I'm popping up a QR code right now for it, but it will help walk you through growing over 150 different fruits, vegetables, and herbs, all of those. And plus, it will help like visual garden layouts. And there's also like an AI chatbot where you can send up pictures for help with pest identification, plant identification, all that, exact planting dates, all of that. Like so many things in there that are super helpful. And then, I mean, I use it all the time. And I'm going to use it today too, because we have a spot in there for logging indoor seed starting, which I'm going to be doing. I don't know how I did seed start. Well, I do know how I did seed starting before this feature, but it was not pleasant. Every time I did seed starting before, I dreaded it because I had to sit down. I had to write out like 100 different labels and my hand would start cramping. I'm like, I am so tired of this. And then I would put the labels all in and it never failed that they would wash off or the grow lights would hit them weird. So then I would have certain plants that were shaded and some that, it was rough. But now I use the Seed to Spoon app and it's so exciting. I love it. So for the past 2 years, I've been using it just for the visual garden layout. And oh my gosh, it's so amazing. So yes. Hi everybody. Sorry, I'm still catching up on the stream or on your guys' chats. So hello. Oh, looks like we're starting some Brussels sprouts and broccoli, cauliflower. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, a lot of those I'm doing today. Yeah. So it looks like we have people from all across the country. So welcome, everybody. Yeah, pop into the chat, everybody, and let me know where you're joining in from. I would love to hear where you're joining from. If you all have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to pop them into the chat and I will pop them up. This is going to be a super informal session today. We're just going to kind of hang out and I'm going to seed start, talk about some of the things that I'm going to be starting and what they're good for and all of that. So, but all of that saying, every time you do go through and chat into the comment section there, you will be entered into our giveaway. So we will have a giveaway at the end of this live stream. And also for those of you after the fact too, if you are joining us after the fact and not live with us today, no worries, because as long as you're still watching it within a week, I have a giveaway for you too. So we are going to be doing a after the fact giveaway too. So just all you need to do is just comment in there too. We're going to be doing a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. So a lot, like pretty much everything I said, like on the Seed to Spoon app is free. Like we have so many free features in there, but the premium will get you even more. Here, let me pop this up real quick for you. So on here, you get unlimited like plant and pest identification that you can send up to Growbot. With the yearly, you're also going to get free shipping on all of your orders through Park Seed, which is huge for me and dangerous, but it's amazing. It's such an amazing feature. And then also unlimited gardens that you can create. So you can create as many gardens outside, inside that you want to, and visually lay them all out, and super helpful. Let's see. So Patricia was saying, what are some good veggies to start in containers for fall right now? We are going to talk all about that. I have several different seeds right here that I'm going to be doing. Oh my goodness. I'm dropping seeds now below me because I have so many that I was like going through my binder. So this is my seed starting binder that I have right here. My kids made it for me. I love it. I'm never going to change it probably because I just love it. It's so funny. But I have like little, see if I can open it up and show you. I have like little, oh my gosh, things are falling out at me because I was like going through and pulling seeds out just right before this stream. But anyways, I have like little like photo album inserts and I have and things like that in there. And it helps me keep organized. Definitely amazing. But I went through and I pulled out a bunch of different seeds that I'm going to be starting that are great options to be starting indoors for fall. And pretty much every area that you guys are in. So right now I'm in zone 7 and these are all perfect timing for me here. If you are down south, I mean, you might want to wait a little bit, but it gives you time to get these orders placed and make sure that you get your seeds in time. Up north, yes, go ahead, start now, do it. Okay, I will. Sorry, I'm looking up here onto the chat, so making sure I don't miss anything. Joshua, I feel you. It is amazing. We lived in a backyard right before, but we moved out to 5 acres, like just like on the outskirts of Oklahoma City. And oh man, let's see if I have so this is our current garden right here. So we have like, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, I feel you. But all that being said, I do have a huge garden outside, but probably most all of my garden is done right there in my little tiny sunroom, just because I don't always want to go out to the garden. So a lot of what I do is small space. So it's kind of funny. Even if you have a huge gardening area, you don't even necessarily always use it. Okay. So let me first start this off by talking about the biodome. If you all are not familiar with this Park Seed biodome, I am a huge fan of it. I use this every year for seed starting. There's a bunch of different things that you can do and grow in these. And I start like pretty much everything in these. So in the springtime, I'm starting all of my tomatoes, peppers, and herbs even, and flowers, like all of those things in these. But today I'm going to be starting brassicas, but I'm a huge fan of these just because it's effortless. It's so easy. It's mess free too, which makes it great. Like I don't have to worry about it. And oh man, it's just so, it's so easy to do. But I will also say even the most difficult to germinate seeds, I have had amazing success in these, which is crazy. Like for me, I had never been able to get things like thyme and rosemary and like some of the smaller like flower seeds and things like that. I just always struggled with before. But well, I'd say the combination of having like the actual like really high quality Park Seed seeds plus this biodome, it's a great combination and works great. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't checked these out, I definitely recommend them. I'm a huge fan. So, anyways, in these, there are, oh, let me mention too. So there's these little sponges inside too. This is a 40 cell biodome, and there's here. Let me see if I can pull up and show you guys so you can kind of see. Oh, look at that! I already had it pulled up too. Wow. Well, actually, I can show. Like this is what they look like right here. So there's a 60 cell, which is this one right there, and then there's a 40 cell right here, and then what's called an 18 cell. So it's all the same size right here, insert, but just slightly different sponge sizes. So this is the medium size that I have right here. And you can kind of see. I'll try to do this without dripping water because I put some water in the bottom of this already. And they hold water so well. They really are like, they're sponges. They're little sponges. They work perfect. But I'm doing a 40 cell today just because it's like the good all around be all one. Like it just works really well. And I wasn't sure exactly when our temperatures would start cooling down for some of these brassicas outside. So I was like, I'm going to go with the 40 cells. So if I need to keep them in here a little bit longer, I can. I do the 60 cell quite often for things that grow faster, and I'm going to be transplanting out faster. So today, like I'm not going to be starting anything like lettuce or anything like that because that grows really fast, first of all. But I'm going to put that in a 60 cell biodome later on when it gets a little closer to transplant time. Yeah, so that's just kind of my method to how I do and pick what sizes I do. So um, yes, I do love the 60 cell. It works perfect. Um, oh no, Sophie says, I love my biodome, but not had any luck with them. Any secret tips? Um, so I'm not sure what you're trying to grow in there, but I mean, honestly, like I don't have any secret tips with my biodome. It always just works so well for me. I just go through and pop in a seed right here through the hole. Let's see if I can show you guys let me drip a little bit of water out of there. There's like a little hole right up front that's just like already in it. So you quite literally just drop that seed right there into the hole. And then I just cover it until they germinate. And then once they start to germinate, I go through and I open up these vents because there's these vents right here that you can slide in and out to let air flow in or to decrease the humidity and all of that. So I keep these closed while they're germinating. And then whenever they start to sprout, I will open them up. And then once they've all come up and they're all doing, they're all like, little bitty, I'll go ahead and take this off altogether. And then I will make sure that my lights are like right there because I don't want them to be growing and stretching and reaching towards the light because that's when we start to have problems whenever that happens. So let's see. Charlotte was asking, how long can you keep your seeds or starts in the biodome? So this is a great question. Again, so it kind of depends on what it is you're growing and what size of the biodome cells that you use. So for here, this one, I'm using a 40 cell, so it's a little bit bigger. I should have brought the other size sponges because I do have like every single one. I have like at least like 6 different biodomes because I start so many and that's how big of a fan I am of the biodomes. But it really just depends what it is you're growing and all of that. So as long as they aren't getting root bound and growing too much, because you will see the roots will just come right out of the sides of this and they'll start growing down on the bottom. That's how I know I'm like, I need to go transplant this because the roots are like hanging down here. So I really just keep an eye on that. There's really no like actual time frame because it's so dependent on different plants because different plants grow at different speeds. So I'm sorry there's no like be all and end all answer to that, but hopefully that helps a little bit. At least I just kind of keep an eye on the roots and how they're looking. Yes. So on here, you can actually see what's great about this is that there is let's see if I can let it out. I already have some water in the bottom of this, so I can't really like tip it. But this is a tray right here where I put some water in. And down here, you can kind of see my sponges are coming out, like there's little circle holes right there, which makes it super easy to transplant because I can just push them up and take them out when they're ready to go. Um, but also the sponges really just soak up all the water from below, so you don't have to worry about top watering, which is great because you don't want to worry about like top molds or anything like that, or disturbing the seeds or anything like that. So watering from below is always the best way to go. So I always just keep an eye, and you can tell whenever they start to like get where they need water. But you can also just take a peek down in here and just look and see. I try to give it like about an inch or so of water whenever I go through and do that. Yep, there you go. Thanks. And then also, I saw another question. Yes, right here, lighting. This is a great question. So let me show you real quick what I have over here. I don't have the lights turned on because I don't have anything in there yet. But this is my little seed starting setup that I have. This is just like a wire tray that I got and put together from, I don't know, a big box store somewhere, and it just makes it super easy. But these are just actual standard LED grow light, like not even grow lights, they're just standard LED lights. Because all I'm doing in here is just growing for germinating plants, and then I go and transplant them out somewhere else. I also do things like microgreens and all that over here too. But for the most part, it's just like the seed starting and all of that. And you don't need any fancy grow lights necessarily. Sometimes it can make it go faster or better too. But if you're growing things just for that and not growing for fruit or flower, then you don't have to get actual like grow lights or anything like that. So I do have actual grow lights back here because I have things like tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers. I have all those things growing back behind me too. So I do have a couple actual grow lights back here, but yeah, those ones over there are just standard LED shop lights. And like I said earlier too, you just kind of want to make sure that your lights are kind of just like, you want to make sure that they are on top of them, not touching or anything like that. Give them about an inch or two of space, and then they'll be good. And just kind of continue adjusting as well too, if you can. Hopefully that helps answer that. Charlotte was asking too, like, how do you transplant from the biodome to a larger container? So I don't actually always do this. In fact, like that's why I'm using a 40 cell. So I don't have to up pot or do anything like that. Really, the only time I do up pot is with things like tomatoes. And then like it's super easy too. Like I just, pull it out, push from below, and there's my plant right there. And then I literally just pop this into the soil. So sponge and all of this just goes right into the soil. The roots grow directly through these, so you don't have to worry about that or anything. So works perfect. Okay. Let's see. Tilly was saying, if the sponges have mold and algae, do we need to start over again? So that is the beauty of these. Like I have very rarely had to deal with mold and algae because this is a very clean system. But sometimes if you have like, if I'm reusing, like I use these for years, honestly. I just buy the refill sponges, but I have had like this tray and insert right here for probably like 4 years or so right now, but it's been a while and I just buy new sponges every year whenever I go to seed start, and it works perfect. But if you do by chance like not clean it really good before you put in your new sponges, you might start to have an issue. So if your seeds have germinated and they're growing okay, I'd say give it a try. Sprinkle some cinnamon. I'm all about trying the organic things and all of that. I actually have some cinnamon that I keep like above there for if I have that problem. I just go through and sprinkle some cinnamon on the top, and I'm really careful about like overwatering and all of that. But typically, yeah, I very rarely have issues, but if I do, I just sprinkle a little cinnamon and it usually knocks it out. If it is like, I mean, yeah, there can be some issues too with like damping off if it does get bad enough. So you may need to start over. It just kind of depends on how that seedling's doing and if it's growing. If you notice that it stops, then you probably need to try again. Um, but hopefully, hopefully you can get it. Like I usually try to treat first and save if I can. Let's see. So, would it be a bad idea to grow in an uninsulated garage? It's about 90 degrees in there right now. It might be a little rough, just because depending on what you're germinating. Like for me, though, like I'm doing a lot of cold season crops. These ones like to be cool. So they're going to prefer to have anywhere from like 60 to 70. You know, they don't really want to be that hot. So kind of think about an uninsulated garage as you would outdoors. Like they're not going to do well outdoors right now because it's too hot for them. So if possible, try to put them in like a sunny windowsill or something along those lines, or just grab like a light or two and see if you can get it started somewhere indoors. I've done it in my laundry room before. I've done it in an office. I've been very creative on finding spaces throughout our house. So, yeah, try to do what you can if possible. Yes, this is a great call out, Esther. I love these. I actually Park Seed has some of these too. Some pulleys for seed starting that make it easy to adjust the lights. Oh my gosh, it is so amazing. I have that in my setup that I have in my garage that I use. It makes it so easy. You really just pulley it down and address it. Um, so Charlotte, I was actually just going through and cleaning this right before this live stream too. So that's I might be like a little wet still because I was like in the sink, like washing it off. I was literally just using soap and water and rinsing it off. That's all I really do, and it works good. That's awesome. Harry Warp says he's had his biodomes for over 10 years and still going strong. I love it. Great question. So Grace Dia was saying, how do you know what plants grow at similar speeds? So this is really important because if I grow like if this is going to grow like at a really fast speed than this, I might have issues where with the lights too. Like if I need to have the lights up here because I have some plants that are like up here, but some over here that are like super tiny, you're gonna these plants over here that are tiny are gonna really struggle, and then they're gonna start like reaching for the light, and that's when they start like looking really thin and leggy, and like they're gonna topple over with any sort of breeze or anything like that. So let me call out to in the Seed to Spoon app. Let me pull it up here. Um, so over here, you can see like, let me just pull up one of these. So like lettuce, for example, there's a bunch of care details down here and it'll tell you like the days to sprout. That's typically what I go off of whenever I'm looking at what to start together. So I see that. I mean, I know lettuce is one that's like super fast, but let's see. Let's go to broccoli because that's what I'm going to be starting today. Spoiler alert. So down here it says 4 to 10. And then another one I'm going to be doing is some cabbage. So just kind of making sure like, so this one's 5 to 8. So it's not a huge difference. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like it's going to be very similar. Plus I'm going to pretty much be doing like plants in the same family too. And those generally will be at the same ish speed too. Okay, so this is a great question too. You guys are having great questions before we even get to seed starting here. So Great Martin was saying, can you reuse the sponges if previous seeds did not germinate? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. As long as you do not have any issues with, like if they didn't get any mold or algae, like we were talking about earlier, absolutely. Try it again, reuse it. I've done that before, although I will say I rarely have seeds that don't germinate just because, like, I mean, it just works really well. So it's pretty rare if I have a sponge that doesn't germinate. If not, like, I will actually come through, like, after everything comes through, like, if I notice that one didn't germinate, I'll just like pop another seed in there too, real quick. And it'll be like a few days behind the others, but that's fine. But yeah, you can absolutely like save it too and use it next season. Thank you for calling this out, Esther. Yes, that is true. The hydrogen peroxide water mix works really well too if you have any sort of like mold issues or fungus or anything like that. I have like a spray that I put together. I think it's for seedlings. I think it's like a 9-to-1 ratio. Let me verify before I tell you for sure here. So this is the great thing about Growbot and the Seed to Spoon app. I can just go through and ask any sort of question that I want to. What ratio? Hydrogen peroxide. And this is in the free version too. The free version lets you do gets you do 3 questions a day for free. Okay, so yes, I was right. So 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 9 parts water. So that's generally going to be safe for you, and it works really well too. I've used that a lot. Also works for fungus gnats too. I love it. It's like the be all and end all for me. Yes. Okay. So damping off is actually whenever your seedling is growing and then it just suddenly boop stops. But it's caused usually from a issue on the surface of the seed starting area. So it causes it just causes the plant to stop growing. And it comes from that mold and algae and all of that. So making sure that you treat that is important too. But typically, like once it stops growing, like you'll know, like it'll just stop growing, and you're like, what happened? And you'll know. But at that point, you kind of do need to restart. So that's what we're trying to prevent. So if you notice mold or algae, try to prevent it first, and then hopefully you'll get. Hi, Caroline. Welcome. Yes, this is a good call out too. Don't let the plants touch the lights. Even my LED lights burn the leaves that they touch. Yes, absolutely. For sure. You definitely want to make sure that you have, I always keep like a good inch underneath the grow lights. So optimal for growing lettuce, I would say, here, let's find the exact scientific answer for this. But for me, temperature for, if I can type, I'm trying to type fast. I generally say if it's cool outside, like that's it likes the temperatures that are generally cool, like the cooler fall temperatures. So whenever I think of that, yeah, I was going to say like between 60 to 70 would be optimal. It does say though, they can germinate in temperatures ranging from 40 to 80. So that's great. Higher temperatures though lead to poor germination. So yeah, I would definitely try to do that indoors in a cool area if you can. Let's see. I feel you, Esther. Yes, everything always grows on a different. Yes, that's absolutely true. On the back of these seed packets, it will tell you exactly everything that you need to know. So good call out. Okay, so let's start doing a few seed starting things. So in general, the ones that I'm going to be doing today, I'll talk about each one as I go through, but in general, I'm going to be starting a few brassicas and some cooler season things. And I try to go through and do the seeds that are going to take longer to grow than the other ones. So things like lettuce and like some of those greens, I'm not necessarily going to be starting a lot of those indoors because I'm just going to start those outdoors once the temperatures do start cooling down. So I direct sow quite a bit in the fall. And same with like root crops and I mean, pretty much every grain. But indoors for fall, primarily my brassicas. And whenever I say brassicas, I'm talking about things like cabbage, cauliflower, kohlrabi, broccoli, those ones right there, Brussels sprouts, and yeah, all of that. Um, don't worry, Christy, you are not behind at all. Like, as long as you're not like super up north. But if you're super up north, do it now. Like, but don't worry. I am just now starting this right now with you. So you can start today or wait a few days until your seeds come in. If you order some seeds, you'll be good. You'll be good. You can do it. Okay, so I do want to talk about my favorite variety first that I am the most excited about to start for fall. This is the broccoli purple magic variety. This is my absolute favorite broccoli that I've grown. Let me pull up, let's see, so I can show you a picture of this just because it is so pretty. There, hopefully that's big enough there for you. You can see it. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. So beautiful. And it tastes just as beautiful as it looks. I mean, look at that. I love it. So this is my favorite variety of broccoli now. I've grown it now for a couple seasons. I started it not this last spring, but the spring before, and I've grown it every spring and fall since. Love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. So I highly recommend this one. See, even Dale loves this variety too. So, and then these seeds right here, I'm quite literally just going to go through and before I do this, hold on. I got to keep me in check here. I'm used to having a helper while I do this, or usually have my phone in front of me. But before I go through and I forget what I started, I'm going to create a new garden bed. So in the Seed to Spoon app, if you guys saw where I went, I'm over here in my garden and I'm going to my garden beds and I'm going to add a new garden. And I'm going to name it not 440, so cool season. There you go. And there it is right there. So the bed type, there's different options you can do. So I'm using the Park Seed Biodome, but there's also like a basic seed tray option too. So I'm going to do this right here and select 40 cells. So now, poof, it's going to look exactly like this. I love it. It makes it so easy. And plus there's this Park Seed logo right here. So this helps me keep things straight. I'm like, okay, this is the front. And I just always use this as the front. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm planting here. So it just makes it so easy. So I'm just going to tap on one of those and I'm going to pull up broccoli and I'm going to do an entire row of this because it's my favorite. So I'm going to do that. And I want to put in extra information too. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I'm going to tap on it and I'm going to come in here and choose a variety and say that it is Purple Magic and save it. Also, because I am doing a couple different varieties of broccoli and I want to be able to easily tell them apart from a difference, I'm going to tap this more and change the background color to purple. Make it look pretty. So now I can easily tell the difference between like everything that I'm going to be starting between. So, and I'm just going to go through and pop a seed or two. It's your choice. I have really high germination rates. And these, sorry, it's so hard to do this and like show you what I'm doing here. But I do like just pop like either one or two seeds in there, but I get such high germination rates. Whenever I first started using these, I was quite literally popping in like multiples. I was doing like 3 or 4 because that's what I was used to because my seeds never germinated before. And then like every single one was coming up. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to like just do like 1 or 2. But yeah, so I just went through and I popped in seeds into there. I mean, that's like as simple as it is. It's so easy to do. And there's already like holes right there in them. So it goes right in there. Oh, yes, Crystal, you definitely need to check it out. There's a QR code right here. So it is so amazing, especially for seed starting. It is a life changer, seriously, for me. It definitely is. Yes. I have to be able to tell a difference, make it look pretty. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, I always plant everything with that Park Seed logo. I'm like, okay, and that's how I know where everything is planted. Because I'm like, that's the front. Okay, so there's one other variety of broccoli that I'm going to be planting today, but I will preface this with I did try to find my husband's very favorite broccoli, but I can't believe that I was out of it. Don't tell him, everybody. I'm going to order some. Luckily, free shipping and all. Oh, and it'll get here quick. And I will start those later. So nobody tell Dale. Don't tell Dale on me. But his favorite Aspa Brock is out of my area. I didn't have it. So here, let me show you guys his favorite here real quick. So it's this one right here. I love growing this one too, just because it's so easy to grow too, and it's one that it grows fast too because you're growing it more for like the shoots of broccoli, like the side sprouts, instead of growing like the one huge of broccoli. So you don't have to wait for one to form. You can just get all of the shoots, the side shoots. So it grows a lot faster and easier. And it's just, you don't have to worry about pests as much because it just goes a lot faster. But this is definitely one that I recommend. And I would be starting it right now if I had the seeds because it is seriously like it is Dale's favorite. So seriously, don't tell him. I will get it done. But I'm doing his second favorite just to make up for it. I have, where is it? Here we go. I did this one, which is it is very close. It's very similar. Oops, I'm spelling it wrong. This is the artwork variety. So you see, it looks very similar, right? It is very similar. So this one is kind of like a mixture because it does a little bit of the side sprouts as well. So hopefully this one he'll be happy with too. So I know he will. He likes this one. So I'm going to come back in here and put some more broccoli in, and I'm going to do another row of broccoli. And then I'm going to make sure that I put in that it is this artwork variety and save. There we go. That's all I have to it. Yes, definitely make sure you get it while it's in stock because this is one of the popular varieties. It's a really good one. Yeah, we literally do grow it like every spring and fall. Okay, so again, I'm just popping through, putting 1 to 2 in each. There we go. Okay. All there is to it. That's a good question. What background color is most artworky? I don't know. What do you all think? What color should I put for artwork? I might stick with a standard green since it's just a standard green broccoli. I don't know. Is that arty enough? Let's see. Maybe let's do like a light green. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. I like it. Let's see. Robert was saying, I have a problem with my brassica plants. They do not grow straight, causing problems at transplant. So it sounds like whenever you're saying they don't go straight, they're probably trying to reach for a light. This is really common. So it's called being leggy and reaching towards a light. So just honestly having those lights like right above it, or like a grow light or LED shop light, something along those lines, will really help you out, and it won't grow quite as leggy, or sideways too, because sideways is a common problem if you're growing them like on a windowsill and it's trying to reach towards the sun on the opposite side. So it's kind of like going this way. You can also try like switching them around. Like if you are doing them on a windowsill and that's all you have, just try like every day, every other day, just switching them around and turning them and rotating them. So that way it's not reaching too much to one way and you're making it reach both ways. You know what I mean? But you still may have a little bit of issues. So this is a good call out from Esther too. Yes. So not quite as much as tomatoes, because tomatoes, like you can just bury the entire tomato plant and you get roots everywhere. But yes, I do bury my brassicas slightly deeper than they are right here too. So you can definitely bury some of the stem of brassicas too. Absolutely. Okay, next I'm going to do some cabbage varieties here. Now, my two favorite varieties that I have is this Cabbage Red Express. I love this one. It's a very small, compact variety. I know somebody was asking earlier about good container varieties of plants. Both of these broccolis would be good, some good container plants. But this one right here, which is a Red Express cabbage, perfect for containers because it is very small. I say very small. It's not very small. It's small for a cabbage, but it will do really well in a container. I absolutely love this variety in particular too. I don't know if it's because it's a different color that it does a lot better with pests, but like the pests just don't seem to bother this one. It's really great. I love it. So whenever all of my other cabbages are struggling and looking eaten up, from the cabbage moths and cabbage worms and all of that, I am like, these are always good. So let me log this in here before I forget what I planted. So this one is the Red Express. Let's give it a red background. You don't have to put a background to them. I just kind of like to, just because it's easier at a glance, especially when seed starting, because I do like a lot of the same ones. Like it just kind of helps me at a glance see what is where and what's doing well whenever I'm looking at it and all that. So yeah, again, very easy. I like having this actually right next to me because I can be like, okay, I'm on the third row and I can just come over here. It's perfect. Okay. Has anybody else out there grown this red? Oh, yep, it does look like we have somebody. Here she grows NJ. So I love Red Express and Green Express. It's ready in 60 days for me. Awesome. Yeah, it is. Just because it is a lot smaller too than the other varieties, it does grow a lot faster. Have you noticed too that pests don't seem to attack the Red Express as often? It definitely seems that way for like, and also the purple, like this purple broccoli too. Um, I think it's just the colors. Like pests don't necessarily realize. They're like, like they're like, well, that's not cabbage. They're looking for green. Um, so Patricia was asking, can I plant the Red Express cabbage seed directly into my containers? So if you are seed starting them outdoors, I'd make sure that your temperatures are not what mine are right now, because it will not germinate for you if they're 100 plus like it is here now. But if you are someplace like up north where it's like already like 70 degrees, absolutely go for it. And like I would, like if I were running late on my seed starting, I would still go out there and attempt to germinate directly outside. I just luckily have time to get it started indoors this fall. I don't always. um but yeah, absolutely. Like I also have like containers in my sunroom over here that I start some things directly by seed in there, especially things like kohlrabi. A lot of those, like I've started directly by seed just right here in my sunroom. So I'm like, well, it's not going to be like, because I have like a fan in there and all that, like, and it's connected to the house. So I can kind of extend the growing seasons a little bit in there too. Yeah, yeah, she noticed the same thing. The bugs don't mess with it like the other brassicas, but I do cover them because the cabbage worms are ruthless. Yes, that is so true. Yeah, the cabbage worms are the worst. But luckily, I have noticed, like you, until it gets cold, that fall generally is better. It seems with pests. It is the worst in spring. Those cabbage worms, and then in the fall, it does seem to get better. So, luckily. Okay. The next variety I'm going to do is this one right here. It is the cabbage megaton. I'm a fan of this one. It is huge. But I will say that I love this variety for many reasons, but it also, like, if the cabbage worms do attack it and get into it, it's not as huge a deal because I can peel off the outer layers and I can keep going and I still have a abnormally large cabbage. You know what I mean? Because these are huge. They grow very large and they are so fun. I absolutely love these. Um, but yes, this is great. So if you do have issues with pests, try growing one of these and you can just peel off the outer layers. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. So let's go with the fourth one down here and do cabbage again. There we go. And then megaton. I like the name. I think it's very appropriate name for it. You know what, Esther? That might be a good question for Growbot. Let's ask Growbot here in a second. Whenever I get my hands free from seeds. See when those relentless cabbage worms will stop attacking. Okay. Let's ask Growbot super quick. Ah! Start to get better. Is that a good? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay, they thrive in temperatures between 75 and 85. So, I mean, maybe once it gets below 75, then it would be better. That's what I take that as. So, I love this. This is great. I would use a silver background for the Megaton because the Megaton sounds like Megatron. It really does sound like Megatron. I love it. Okay, let's do it. I'm all for that. Oops. Tap it and then hit more. Change background color. Let's do it. There we go. We have Megatron right there. That's awesome. Okay. See, the Casey says I planted some brassicas beginning of summer. cabbage, Brussels sprouts that haven't done much. Are they just, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, if you planted them at the beginning of the summer, they weren't going to do much. I'm sorry. But yeah, so whenever like in the springtime, start them like early spring and start them indoors too, just like I'm doing right now. Do a lot of that. Do a lot of this beforehand too, and have them ready to go transplant out. But yeah, these are ones that thrive in the cool temperature. They don't do well over the summer, unfortunately. So now at this point, they're going to be doing hopefully better for you. But let me show you too. So in the Seed to Spoon app, if you go in and you are looking at, let's just pull up broccoli. There it is. There's planting dates throughout here. So for me, like in the springtime, these are my indoor seed starting dates right here that I would be doing them indoors. And then I can start transplanting them outdoors like this time frame, which is crazy, I know. And here we are. Yeah, today, actually yesterday for me. So I'm starting them right on time. But yeah, so there's exact planting dates right here. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen that yet, and that'll help you out too. So that way you hopefully will be happier with that. Oh, good question. Patricia was asking, do you have to worry about frost with any of these brassicas? So again, I guess I shouldn't have clicked out of that growing guide as quick, because it will actually tell you on here how hardy they are too. And somewhere, did I pass it? I probably passed it. Yeah, I did. So right here, it'll say like a frost tolerance right here. So it'll pull up there for everything here, and like what it would, what temperatures like generally it would handle. But for the most part, like a lot of these are pretty hardy. And I have pictures of like broccoli growing really well in the snow, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, generally it does pretty well. If it's like super cold, freezing temperature, it's not going to do great. But for the most part, you're going to be okay. As long as it's not like fluctuating back and forth too often. If it just generally just drops and gets a little bit cold. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Got another fun one here. The cauliflower. This one is a de purple. I like this one a lot. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a fun one. I generally don't grow a lot of cauliflower, but here I've got to show you guys how pretty this one is. Yeah, right here. I generally don't grow a lot of cauliflower because we never have really good luck with them, just because like keeping a white cauliflower is very challenging and difficult for me, at least. And so I always look for colorful cauliflowers. So I grow like the purple ones. There's also yellow ones. I'm a big fan of all of those. But so this is my favorite because I love the purple varieties. But I'm definitely going to be doing that. Oh, this is a good call out too. So yes, some plants, yes, especially Brussels sprouts, taste better if they freeze. So yeah, absolutely. And that goes for like things like lettuce and spinach and all of those things, like pretty much everything. Even carrots, like they taste better whenever the temperatures drop and they're cooler, and you harvest them when the temperatures are cool. It tastes a lot better. Okay. So let's get a cauliflower in here. There we go. And I need to add in that it is de purple. There we go. Probably need to change it to a purple background, don't I? You know I need to. There we go. Okay, which level am I on here? I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh no, I don't have enough for an entire row. That's fine. I have other seeds I can start. So I have 3, so I'm going to plant 3 of them. So let me adjust this. So all I need to do is just edit footprint, and then I'm going to tap those and hit done. So now it's only just the first 3. Okay. And then let's see what else I should do next to it. And I am running out of time over here. So I'm going to do a couple more. I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing here. I'm going to do a kohlrabi. So this is if you haven't heard of kohlrabi before, this is a unique brassica. I absolutely love it. It is one that, here, I'll just pull up the picture for you too, so you can see what it looks like. So look at these. Isn't that cool? Yeah, look at that. Now you can see the huge picture. But yeah, it's so unique and interesting. It's like one of my favorite things to grow in the spring and fall. The entire plant is edible. Whenever we harvest it, we just like chop it and then pull it up, like in that little ball right there. It grows above the soil line, and we just chop that up, chop up the leaves. All of that is good, and yeah, these are great too. Yeah. So, and kohlrabi is one that I like to get a head start on some of them. But then I also direct sow a lot of them as well too in the fall. So if you don't already have your kohlrabi seeds, don't panic. Like order some now, because you can go out and you can direct sow, because these are really fast to grow. I think this says, yeah, days to maturity, 42 days. It's very fast. And I like to spread out these too. So I start so it's perfect that I had a few sections available, because I do like to start some and then like start them at a different time. It's called succession planting, if you've heard of that. So that way I like pretty much just always have a continuous harvest of some kohlrabi going. So I'm going to pop some in there real quick, and then I will talk super quick about the other seeds that I'm going to sow here very soon. Okay. So the other ones, let me make sure that I put in here that I did kohlrabi. And I'm actually just going to tap that constants. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I have 4 other things, and I have 3 rows, so I'm not sure what I'm going to cut out. But the other things that I am going to be starting, I'll probably just do a little bit of everything, is some Swiss chard. I'm going to do the bright lights, because that is one of my favorite varieties of Swiss chard. It is so pretty and unique, and believe it or not, I actually really like the taste of Swiss chard. Whenever I first tried it, I did not, because we were harvesting it in the summer. So if you have tried Swiss chard before and you didn't like it, try it again, and try it in the fall and harvest it when the temperatures are cool. So just like we were talking about before with harvesting in the cooler temperatures, it makes a huge difference for Swiss chard. And then I also have some bok choy that I love to grow too. I just love to grow everything, I think. I'm pretty sure I said that about everything. Sorry, at a time. Bok choy is one that's really fun. It's a great green. I love to grow and cook with it. And then I have 2 varieties of kale as well that I'm going to do. I have a white Russian variety, which is beautiful. I love this one. It grows like huge, beautiful leaves. And then a kale lacinato. I had to do this one because this one is known as the dinosaur kale. And I have boys that absolutely just love growing dinosaur kale. So I always have to have dinosaur kale growing around too. So yes, so those are the other varieties that I'm going to do today. And then I'm going to come in here and do a drawing real quick. Give me a minute here to go through. pull a winner. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Okay. Here we go. So again, our giveaway today is going to be for a free 1-year premium Seed to Spoon app subscription. So you guys can log all of your plants and your seed starting areas that you're going to be doing. And then also too, some Park Seed seeds. So you can get a head start on your cool season. So if there's any varieties that stuck out to you, there you go. Plus this person's going to be getting free shipping on all of their orders too through Park Seed. So congratulations to Here She Grows NJ. So congratulations. Send me an email right here at info@seedtospoon.net and I will get you all hooked up with your free subscription and seeds. Awesome. Congratulations. And thank you all so much for joining today. And like I said, if you guys didn't win and you do want to win, like right after I end this and it posts up, like please like go into our YouTube that it posts to and comment in that and you'll be entered in to win again. So I will make another announcement winner at the beginning of next week. I do this every Tuesday, just kind of hanging out, chatting, talking gardening and hanging out. So I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Same time, same place. Thanks, everybody. Bye.